Watch out for that lady. You almost
thank
killed
you so
this
much.
person.
I didn't kill her.
We would have all been like liable.
I would have got out of the car and just ran out.
What's up, guys? What a crazy place to start this episode. Welcome to Havin Today. This is Patrick. I am so excited to bring you guys on a fun little day we have planned. LA has all sorts of food, and sometimes all that food is in the same place. I think we're going to see Smorgasburg LA, which is something I've never been to, and I'm so excited because these two people that are coming with me are some of the funniest, sweetest, most heartfelt people that I know, and I'm so excited to hang with them. It's kind of an old friend, new friend situation. One of them I've known for a really long time. One of them is a newer friend, and then they're both really good friends. And I just think this is gonna be a fantastic hang. You know how sometimes you design a hang and you hope that it works out? This one, I guarantee you, these people are the best. It's gonna be so much fun. You might know one of my guests as a writer from New Girl and Grand Crew and his own movie, It's a Party. You might know my other guest as a fantastic TikTok superstar playing all your favorite pop stars in commercials that used to play at 2 a.m. And he's also a great writer and performer in his own right in many capacities. Please welcome, here to have a day in my RAV4, are Lamar Woods and Nnamdi Ngwe. Hi guys, welcome. This is Lamar, this is Nnamdi.
What up?
Hi.
What I'd like to say is, I'm kind of calling the people that watch this like my friend's new girlfriends.
Watch out for that lady. You almost
thank you
killed
so
this
much.
person.
I didn't kill her.
We would have all been like liable.
I would have got out of the car and just ran out.
I'm stuck in the back.
If
So
I
would've
killed
just
someone
been
on the
screaming.
first block,
Yeah. It was like, good hang.
it changes the whole tone.
Yeah.
It becomes like a crime
Yeah,
thriller.
you just killed him.
We
and then
have to
just
run.
But
I
we still
squeal
have to
out.
go to Smorgasburg.
You guys see me panic?
This is so dangerous.
Is this stressing you out?
No, I feel safe. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to focus on the road, and I'm not going to look at
because
this.
this first turn is pretty
This is
intense.
should I go that way or this way?
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I'm supposed to be GPS.
Oh wait,
I think
you
we're
can
going-
turn it
Yeah,
left.
technically, yeah. you
101,
should go
right?
left.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
This
Okay, we got this.
can
Yeah,
be-
you got it, yeah.
They're gonna
Okay,
stop. They're gonna
guys.
stop. They're gonna stop.
We're good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
I feel like
Oh
I'm
my
on a
God.
roller coaster ride.
Is it intense? Does it freak you
Yeah,
out?
no,
Yeah.
it's very fun. This is the funnest thing I've done all month.
Okay, go ahead.
What if this whole episode is just us being what's it called, like shotgun drivers? What is it?
Oh,
Passenger?
but backseat drivers.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
I
are.
will I
You
will.
can.
You're a backseat. I
Okay.
hate that. I don't like telling people how to drive because
I-
I'm a bad driver. I'm not good at driving.
Yeah, if you're
So I don't
telling
want
them the
you-
back,
yeah, I don't
you
want
should
you
actually
to-
take a U-turn right now.
Yeah, you should run that red light.
Bad
Actually,
backseat driver.
you should hit that pedestrian.
Hey,
please.
stop for no reason.
Yeah.
Stop for no reason.
Just like when you yell it with that when you add fear to the whole thing, that's the worst.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
a backseat
Yeah,
or passenger
or like
driver.
my friend used to do. Like he would just do passive aggressively, just hold on to
No.
this.
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
and I'm like, you're fine. We're not
My
driving
friends
off
in
a
high
cliff.
school, it's
here.
like, sorry, I have mom arm. I'm like, well, you're 17. I think you're actually being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
You don't have mom anything.
Yeah,
You are
no,
not a
you
mother.
are- yeah.
Well, 17-year-olds can be mothers. I want to be clear. And shout out to all those. That's most of my fans.
Yeah. All your friends are 17-year-old moms.
They're doing great. They're doing great.
Well, they're up at 3 a.m. feeding their kid. This is
what's
the only
up.
thing that's on. On YouTube. Everything, all of YouTube shuts down except for this channel at 3 a.m. Boys, we're going to Smorgasburg, LA, which is a place where they have a bunch of vendors that come and they sell different types of food on the street.
Yes.
You don't want it to be, you told me off mic, you don't want it to be somewhere where you have to park and walk.
I don't want
which
to
is-
park in and walk. That's,
Yeah,
Okay, and that's gonna be difficult.
Wait, yeah. Is there a version where we don't do that, or how do we not do
No,
that?
we're going to have to park because we're going to get out.
Yeah,
we.
but
You keep
we're gonna
saying
have to
we.
park and we're gonna
Y'all
have
keep
to
saying
walk.
we. Like we
You're
are
gonna
not French.
say,
We ain't
"I'll
French
leave
in here. Like we can. You can pull up and then push me out of the car, and I'll
Okay.
stand there.
Okay,
Okay, so
perfect.
you don't want to be involved in any parking situation.
Okay.
I don't want to park. I
Okay.
don't want to park.
So
That's
I-
truly why I'm in the back.
I always heard of this thing from Smorgasburg. I like that word. Is that German or something?
Smorgasburg?
Oh.
It's
Smorgasburg.
Smorgasbord and then Smorgasburg because I think it started in Williamsburg.
Oh,
Brooklyn.
really?
But that's
It's
gotta be a
gotta be
German
started
name.
by
It's gotta be German.
Alexberg,
It's got to be
the
German. It's got
great
to be German in
improviser.
essence. It got to be German in essence.
Gotta be.
I was saying on a microphone too earlier in the intro. I'm going left. I can't go left.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry, I'm
no,
supposed to
next
be
one,
telling
next
you
one,
where to
next
go.
Oh, next one. Okay.
Yeah,
thank
on
you.
Santa Monica.
Okay. Oh,
so
perfect.
we go left, and then we're gonna take a right on 101 South.
Okay, perfect.
The
Oh, yeah, there's
101
right there.
South.
Okay, here it is.
Hey, I'm about to go down to 101 South. Yo, don't keep my name out your mouth.
Wow.
Don't keep my name out your mouth, so keep it in there.
Don't keep it out
Keep
of
it
your
in.
mouth.
Yeah.
Constantly say his
Constantly
name.
talk about me.
Talk about me a
Constantly
lot.
talk about me.
I am needy. I want attention.
No, I was saying this is kind of a new friend, old friend situation. I've known you for like 10 years.
Yeah, that's
you're,
my man.
You're a newer friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just met this morning.
This morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Let's
I need to
pick
ride to
his ass up.
Smorgasburg.
Yes, you heard that I was doing
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
podcast. I post on Craigslist that I'm doing a podcast. I don't ask for anything. I
Yeah.
just let people know.
Just pick people up.
Yeah, hey guys.
That would be fun though, like if
That would
you
be
had
fun.
some kind of app or something, and people just signed up, and then you just pick them up wherever
And give
they
him a
are.
ride.
That would be fun. And
Um,
I could do that if I could do a full like take people on their errands episode.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
I guess that's just called Uber.
Yeah.
It is, of course,
But it'd be
of course.
better than an Uber because it'd
It would
be
be
with
better.
a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Uber is getting it's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
like really loud techno music in there now. I just
It's
don't
pretty intense
understand
in
why
there.
they won't switch
I will
that
go on
up.
record and say I don't think Uber's getting any better.
Yeah, it's getting worse. I
Yeah,
just don't. I don't know what happened. It happened during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Something happened during there.
There was
It
that
just fell off.
proposition that passed.
Yeah.
That I think I think there's a quality of driver that it used to have
Mm-hmm.
because it paid better and it was more protected of your labor rights.
Oh,
And
really?
then, yeah, there was
Wow.
a thing that basically passed to make Uber drivers I'm doing this all wrong probably, but it
Yeah,
passed to
take it
make
right
them
here.
contractors and
Mhm.
not employees or something
Mhm.
like that.
Oh.
And then it messed with all the
Yeah, it kind of changes who can do it and
Yeah,
the quality.
totally.
I feel that, and sometimes they just be driving too fast. I like to go slow.
It's true.
I drive slow, homie.
It's true.
So yeah, Nnamdi's a new friend for me too. We also do a show together
Yeah.
about
Yes.
friendship
Yes.
because we became friends.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Where did we meet? Did we meet at the two-man show or the show with the sleepover one?
7 Minutes in
with,
Heaven.
7 Minutes in Heaven with
So,
Nessa.
yes, man. That's what
Yeah.
we met doing that show and immediately vibed and were like friends.
Yo, we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta
Friends.
be friends.
And
Truly.
you're how long have you been here? You moved here from Chicago, then?
Came here from Chicago, and here is LA. Just
They
for
have
folks
This is
smorgasbords
LA.
out
don't
there
know.
too,
If
right?
you don't know, we're in LA.
Yeah.
We're in the city of angels.
They
Yeah,
got good food out there, huh?
they got great food in
Chicago?
Chicago. Yeah, especially this time of year, summertime.
Did you ever go to that wiener place where they're mean to you?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I don't have the. the ego. I'm fragile. If people are just yelling at me, because that's the gimmick
Yeah,
of
it's
that
called the
place.
Wiener Circle.
The
You
Wiener
ever heard of this?
Circle.
No.
They're just like, order, hurry.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's lots
I
of.
cannot take that.
Oh,
I don't like
gosh.
That. Yeah.
I would
would
crumble.
cry. Yeah.
I seen it on TV a bunch.
Especially for a hot dog. What?
For a hot dog?
Like maybe if it was something like
Like a filet mignon?
yeah, like something really nice.
That's kind of like a weird, kinky thing.
It's
Like
got-
yell at me for a
Yeah.
steak.
yeah. It's like
yeah,
put
yeah.
this napkin on your
I know.
neck.
I know.
Use your salad fork correctly.
And again, if you're into it, if you're into that kind of thing,
Respect.
respect.
Yeah, we gotta
Absolutely.
respect kinks
Congrats.
out here.
We do. We love kinks. I mean, especially in LA. If it's a different
Let's
state,
talk
we
about
don't.
respecting kings.
Respecting
Yeah.
kinks.
But no, you were out in Chicago.
I was out in Chicago, and then I was doing all the comedy stuff out there. Made a lot of friends out there, and then
Nice.
came out here.
Amazing.
So I've been here.
Were you at your second city out there?
Second City and IO, and Annoyance. Like shout out to all the theaters I got to perform. They let me on this stage. Big
That's
mistakes, each and every one of them.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
but I'm here. Yeah.
Fucking
What-
hilarious, dude.
Did you feel like what in your opinion now coming to LA from the Chicago comedy scene is the big difference, and not even in style, in how the community is.
Yes. The community in Chicago, I feel like it's easier for folks, for everyone to be and feel part of the the connected comedy community in Chicago. Actually, just the setup of it. It's easier, I feel, to kind of be hang around before and after shows in these spaces because they're built a certain way where you can just like automatically after a show everyone kind of hangs out in the lobby or the bar area attached.
Oh yeah, because they got bars in the
they're in the buildings.
there.
Yeah. Here in LA, after you do a show, the theaters push you outside into the street, and then you gotta kind of fend for yourself, fight against the.
You don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do. Exactly.
Do I get tacos? Do I get rotisserie chicken?
Exactly.
Or do I go to the
Jumbo's
Vanderpump Rules?
Exactly.
Vanderpump Rules.
Exactly.
You want to go to Sir Restaurant?
Sir. Oh man.
And typically artists, especially making their way up early on, especially won't have too much disposable income, so you don't want to go to another bar or restaurant establishment and spend more money. You want to spend the little money you did on going to the show initially. And
it was cold out there, huh? Was it cold?
Weather-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And just like existing in the streets is cold too.
Yeah. It's cold out. Yeah.
But yeah.
It's cold-blooded.
It's coldblooded.
Are you referring to the weather or existing in the streets?
Are you referring to the murder rate? What is, where it is, like, do you feel like every improviser has to perform in Chicago at some point because it's like the holy mecca of improv?
That's a good question.
Do we all need to, does everyone need to make a pilgrimage to Chicago and perform? Because I feel like I don't feel complete until I do an improv show in Chicago.
I think that's a brilliant question, and I say it is. I feel like it's so important and great and helpful to go and be part of it and do it if you can. It's obviously not easy, and then you get to a certain point in your life and you're like, well, no thanks, I've done it. But if you are younger, I want to say younger, teen, get a job and go to Chicago.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's funny. I was talking to somebody about moving to LA to do improv and do comedy, and I don't know if I would fully endorse coming out here fully right now, unless you want to what's fun about LA is you meet people and you're kind of in the shit together, and you come up. Like this show we did recently, Mamma Mia but Different, we all were involved with this, because Lamar wrote one about when he worked at Madame Tussauds. He worked at Madame Tussauds on Hollywood Boulevard, and you've told me the craziest stories I've ever heard. But we all did. I was doing really bullshit production jobs. I was doing personal assistant jobs. I was doing random weird, really strange gig jobs.
Right.
That we all had to kind of do together, and then to commiserate, we would all get together and do these improv shows at 11 p.m. on a Monday night until 3 in the morning.
Oh my God, we would perform so late. I would come straight from the wax museum in my suit, like my wax suit. They put me in a full wax suit that you have to wear. And I would close the wax museum, which is so fucking scary because the lights shut off at midnight. So if I don't finish my paperwork before midnight, I have to walk through the museum in the dark.
No, and that was really, really scary.
It was terrifying.
Oh man!
Did you hear
it feels like people are moving in there because you can't tell. Like literally, it could be a body or it could be the figure. You just can't tell. It's too fucking dark.
That's a horror movie, bro.
That's crazy.
It's scary.
And you had to do that
pretty much every night. Yeah. Or whenever I closed, and then I would come. Then we host a show at the clubhouse.
Yeah.
And then we do improv all night.
Yeah.
It was the funnest thing ever. I'll never forget that.
That's great.
But definitely it was it was a release. And I'm sure that is for that's like that in Chicago too for people. I mean, for anything improv is where it starts.
100%.
Because it's such a way of comedy, it's such a way of letting off steam, and also using stuff, specifically improv, the way it was even built and designed was let's do stuff that's relevant to the last 2 hours, as opposed to a play that you took 9 weeks to make.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That might not be relevant anymore. So.
And in Chicago, the setup of the city and the layout, where the theaters were and are and keep popping up, you could do that every single night.
Yeah.
Every single night till late. Just like there was also space for you to just get up and play with your friends.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Which is
Did you teach out there?
Oh yeah. I still teach to this day. I love it. It was an unexpected thing for me. I thought I was just gonna get up there and perform and be a goof and have fun with friends.
Yeah.
And I was asked to teach. And then I was like, teach, no way. And they were like, it pays. And I was like, hell yeah, I would do it.
I'll take that money.
I'll take
What's
that.
your biggest? As a teacher? What's the biggest advice you would give a young comedian coming up in the game?
Gosh, there's a lot. But hearing you say that, the biggest.
Sorry.
You're good. I'm just checking to see.
No, so what you're gonna do is stay behind these cars for a while.
Yeah, we're in no rush.
Yeah.
In the traffic.
We're in Sunday
But
traffic
they did
right
say
now.
save 4 minutes. Let's see what happens.
Okay, what's gonna happen?
Okay. Nothing. It's
Okay.
It's the same place.
exact same route.
10 East, 60,
Yeah.
5 South. Okay, 101, 5 South, 60.
60.
101, 5,
That's where you're
60.
going.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, teaching.
Yeah,
Teaching,
what's
I
your
love it.
advice?
I didn't expect to love it. By the way, I just thought, I was gonna do this and give it a try, and I love it so much. I really enjoy
cool.
connecting with folks.
I teach too. I teach a college course.
Yes, that's
And,
right. That's right.
It's so encouraging and wonderful to talk to people because it was that thing when I first started being like, what do I have to say?
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. And I was like, I'm still learning this and I
Right.
don't know what to answer. And then it was that feeling of like, well, I guess I know more than I knew when I was 20.
Right,
So I guess
right.
I'll try this. And I
Yeah.
just got a very, not to like toot my own horn, but I got a very sweet email from a former student that was
Oh, yeah.
I just graduated
Yes.
and this was the best class I took
Yes.
at Emerson.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, that was really
That's awesome.
Man, if
That's
you're gonna
awesome.
keep tooting your own horn,
You gotta toot. Because if you
gotta-
don't
Yo.
toot,
then who's gonna hear the jazz?
Exactly.
Okay, anyway,
If
like,
you don't
what's
tune,
that,
who's gonna hear the
What
jazz?
is the advice though? All right, both of y'all give me advice because I'm sure
Advice.
there's some young performers out there listening.
Yeah,
They want to
sure.
know what to do.
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to let them know the truth.
know.
Okay, here's one thing that comes up a lot and that pops into mind a lot for me. Is don't try to be funny, have fun.
That's
Okay.
great.
So
And
when
that's
you,
so you too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I keep thinking about this improv initiation you did once where you kind of came out of the blue. You the lights came up and you rushed towards someone and you were like, I have the power to speak to animals. And it was like a crazy person on the street going up to a
That's so
stranger.
funny.
Oh my god.
It was you and Andrew Knox.
Oh,
and I
yes.
was like, this is the most jarring thing I've ever seen anyone do.
Wow.
And it was one of the smartest moves because it was like, I don't know where we are.
Yeah.
And I don't need to know where we are.
Right.
But I know the tone is so non-verbally, I know exactly where we are.
Dude.
Some guy is saying something crazy to somebody else,
Yes.
and that person was not expecting it. Oh my God. But
That's
anyways,
great.
that's a great
That's
piece of
great.
advice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a great piece
What
of
about
advice.
you, Patty?
What's so funny is, it's not going to be the opposite. It's like, yeah, don't have fun, be
Don't
fun.
have fun. Really try to be funny because if you don't, it's gonna be bad for you.
No, I was thinking about this recently. I think something you need to know when you start making stuff, and this is more about your life and your personal relationships, your friends should never be expected to, nor probably will they ever, pay for a ticket to your show. So don't make shows for your friends.
Yes.
If you want to make your
Oh.
Yes.
friends laugh, hang out with your friends.
Yes.
Right.
Don't make a
Yes.
show your friends will think are funny,
Yes.
or the people in the comedy community will
Yes.
think are funny,
Yes.
because they won't pay for
A
tickets.
million zillion percent.
Make a show
Yeah.
that somebody from Wisconsin that has no idea of what anything will come in and enjoy. It doesn't have to be mainstream, but
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least has to have a hook or an interesting
Yes.
thing that a normal person could like.
Yes.
Right.
If you're making comedy for the comedy community, that's where it will die.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's why I set all my shows in Madison. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
All
And
my
that's
shows
the
are set in
goal.
Madison.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody comes out from Madison.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's called Madison's Own. It's crazy because you have no connection.
That's great advice. I agree with
It
that.
is.
Because
It
you
is.
think about
Yeah.
all your favorite, the people you look up to, you're not friends with that. Like,
No.
like you're like I like John Mulaney. I mean, I would like to be friends with him,
Yeah.
but I'm a fan of him.
Yeah.
And he's made comedy for me to listen to and like
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a fan, and
Yeah.
then eventually maybe we'll become friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. And
Yeah.
he loves
It's
this.
gonna happen.
He's
We'll
a big
speak-
fan of this.
We're gonna see him at Smorgasburg. We're gonna
Yeah,
see
he's
him.
gonna be there.
And I will also, what you just said too, also goes into other forms of creativity as well. Like whether like social media, if you're making stuff for social media, if you're making stuff like music, all the above, like do the stuff you enjoy, and don't box yourself in by trying to please just your close circle of friends who, like
Yeah.
you said, won't necessarily go out of their way to pay to come see your show.
No, and I also just see
Yeah.
people lose friendships left and right, being like, "Well, they didn't come to my show."
I see that a lot
or
too.
Somebody,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
and you're like, "This is so foolish."
Yes.
You
Yeah.
should not expect your friends to be your audience, and you will lose your friends if you do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just the truth. And I'm saying that in like, that is such a severe thing that I've seen, and I've been that, and I've been like, "Why didn't you come to my show?" And it's like, "Well, you see me 5 times a week. Why would I come to your show? You can." You should go support your friends.
Right.
But you probably should give them comps if you love them so much.
Right.
And also, if somebody doesn't come to your show, you have to have empathy for that.
Yeah.
And you have to let that lie, because we
Right.
are all busy. And,
Yes.
and also, going to your show is not hanging out with you. You
Right.
are alone
Right.
watching a show.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
it's like
yeah.
it's like watching telling someone to come to your job.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But I was going to say that creativity thing you were saying, Nnamdi. Lamar, you make music too.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And you're a great
Yes.
music maker. You were
Amazing,
just telling me,
amazing.
because you have a rap album that I absolutely love.
Oh,
What's
thank
it
you.
called?
I was a
specifically?
highly sensitive person.
At least
Yeah, highly sensitive.
best.
Which
So
is
you
why
can't go to the Wiener Circle.
Cannot go to Wiener Circle.
Yes.
No HSPs are allowed in there. That was a really
That's right.
vulnerable album about my experience with mental health issues,
Yeah.
and I really.
What is it? 7th Street?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, you just keep going to when you hit 5 and 60. So
5 and 60.
I
When I hit
don't know
5
how to
and
read
60.
map.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Stay
yeah,
on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Stay on
Just
this.
stay on this,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
gonna
okay.
curl.
Yeah, it's gonna just turn into a highway.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, great.
So yeah, I don't think. And then, but this exit you're looking for is 7th Street.
Okay, great. I know where we are.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah. Tell
I
us
don't
about,
know where I am.
So we're downtown.
I
You know
don't
what's
know.
crazy is we're passing by.
It's
There used to be
Chinatown.
a bunch of children playing sports on this, and then they
They covered it up.
Somebody covered it up.
Yeah.
Which was a bummer.
I don't
There was a little
understand.
kid that was kind of my hero. Yeah, we're by Chinatown. We're by Union Station. Which, did you know that this Union Station now has a really cool bar in it?
Yes, I love that bar.
Yeah,
It's
it's
what
so
this
cool.
that place is so cool to me. Like
It's
we
so
got to
cool.
go there more often.
I know.
Yeah.
I was somewhere last night. It was the Lemon Grove at the Astor
Yeah.
Hotel.
Oh yeah.
Amazing DJ. She was so fucking good, and there was nobody there, and the music was great. I want to go. This is the summer of going out, being in public, and dancing.
Love that.
Under
Oh,
the
are
sun.
you trying to
Love it.
dance?
I'm trying to dance.
love that.
Man, you know I'm trying to dance.
I love to dance.
We don't dance no more.
We
All we do
don't.
is this.
We
That's
don't.
a
All we
very
do is this.
specific Goody Mob reference. Okay, but yeah,
Am I going- yeah,
every time I
560,
see
right?
that, that makes me think of the movie Drive.
Oh, yeah,
so now we're
downtown.
Yeah. We're
We're looking at
downtown.
this.
Okay, so
that
this,
makes me think
stay
of the
on
movie
this,
Grease, which
this
is
one
what's
here.
funny to me.
That makes me think of
Grease,
the movie
Grease,
Terminator.
yeah.
Terminator?
Yeah, that's
All
what I'm
three
thinking.
of
Yeah.
those movies are the same movie, essentially.
Yeah,
Makes
I
me
know.
think about it.
Yeah.
Exactly the same movie theme.
They're all about
Yeah,
driving.
arc.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all the same movie.
But yeah, man, I think I love downtown LA. I think people hate on it a lot, but
No.
I feel like it's got character.
I think
Yeah.
it's really cool. There's some amazing stuff. Somebody did throw a bottle at my window once that really
Yeah.
scared me, and that happened here, and I'll never forget it. But other than that, I really enjoyed
When you
it.
were driving?
I was driving. I looked over and they threw like a Coke can and it hit my window. It didn't
What?
break
What the
Man.
heck?
anything.
I don't
but
like
it was really
that.
scary. But wait, let's talk about your music.
Okay, so
Yeah, we're going to
all
7th
let me
Street,
just let
7th
you know,
Street, right?
7th Street. So it's
Here.
this one coming up,
Do you want to
3/4
put it like
of a
right here and
mile.
then I'll just keep
Oh
an eye
yeah.
on it?
How about we do
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like threw it down.
How about I
Here we
jerk
go.
the wheel?
Okay, okay.
All right. Okay. So highly sensitive person, but that was
Yeah.
rap. You know, I wanted to do a hip hop album where I got to just do it because I was like, let me just do an album where I'm proud of. That's hip hop.
Mhm.
But I have been really interested in folk music, and I'm a really big fan of like a lot of bands like First Aid Kid and Fleet Foxes and
love
Cave
that.
Singers and Langhorne Slim. So
I love Langhorne Slim.
You like Langhorne Slim? Yeah, that's my man. Yo,
I mean, I love
yeah.
everyone you said.
He's so
Fleet
nice.
Foxes, Can I Believe You is one of my favorite.
Can I believe you?
Yeah, it's so great.
Um,
Wait, do you know Langhorne Slim?
Yeah, that's my man. Yeah,
I love
awesome.
that.
yeah, he's well, I can't announce it yet, but I'm trying to work on something with him.
No fucking
Yeah,
way.
okay,
man.
fingers crossed. Delete that from the thing.
Delete it.
We'll cut that.
We'll
Delete.
cut-
Hold
but,
for- Hold for delete.
Yeah. So
Delete.
don't
Okay.
tell nobody.
No.
But no, Langhorne Slim's one of my favorite artists, and he inspired me. I went to you know what he reminded me of? So I went to Newport Folk Festival,
Wow.
which if you've seen the
I've always
recent
wanted to
Bob
go.
Dylan movie, that's the festival that Bob Dylan played.
Oh, wow.
His first electric guitar set. and I wanted to go because I wanted to see what they're doing over there. And I went by myself, you know, I was alone, you know. So that's something we should do on our next podcast, drive to Rhode Island.
Go to Rhode Island. Well, have you seen the documentary Jazz on a Summer's Day? Do you know what that is? It's about the 1958 Newport Folk Festival.
Oh, really?
And it featured, it's Mahalia Jackson is on there.
Wow.
Louis Armstrong is on there. Like all these incredible musicians, and it's just a documentary, but it was made by this fashion designer. And sorry, it's my car's breaking down. No, I'm just kidding. It's made by this fashion designer, and so the whole thing is like a time capsule into 1958 because it just films people kind of living and reacting and hanging out.
Wow.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah. I love that,
But the Newport Folk Festival is like one of the most important.
It was so dope. It was just so much folk. I just love being a place dedicated to folk music.
Yeah.
And Langhorne was there, and he was like, to me, he encompassed this like old school grind time. Like he would not even be on. It would even be his set. He would just be in the crowd, just starting random sets throughout the audience. And I was just like, man, you know what? I'm done waiting. I'm gonna do this folk out because I've been kind of intimidated about it, and I've been taking singing lessons the last 3 years because I can't sing really. I'm like definitely like on a Bob Dylan kind of. I could try to like when you if you laugh about. But so I would try to do that, and then that's what I'm working on this year, a folk album.
That's so sick, man. I'm so excited. Folk is truly one of my favorite things in the world. It means so much to me.
Yes.
And I'm very excited to hear what you do with it.
Yeah, I love storytelling. It's very, very, very related to hip hop. I do feel like they're cousins to each other, and it seems weird. I do worry that my hip hop fan base might not translate over, but also like I do feel like hip hop and folk are cousins, and I think people will be excited.
Are you getting political? Are you talking about the man? Are you talking about all the? That's also
fucking name.
Also, that's a very
that's
a
folky,
big crossover too of folk and hip hop of like speaking messages.
There it is. I just saw Smorgasburg.
Oh, we just saw it?
Really?
I just saw a bunch of people in the thing.
Okay, yeah. It must be inside here.
Okay.
Look at Jack's Candy.
See, look at all that. There's all these people over there.
There's people. There's parking.
What I love about this is like doing stuff like this is like real LA to me.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a bunch of Hollywood people who hang out. It's like this is what people who live in LA do.
I love that too.
Like we're gonna feel it, you know.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good time.
But
we might even have to park, Nnamdi. I'm sorry.
We're gonna park?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have to park and walk, so just get ready.
Oh my gosh.
I think
you can stay here. I'll leave my phone with you.
I'll just
you know what's interesting? I do want to get political, but it's funny because it's my first folk album. I actually am doing another hip hop album that is going to be very political, I think.
Really?
I'm a little afraid to do it because I'm afraid of the government.
Yeah.
What kind of political?
That's the reason to do it.
Yeah.
Are you going like Public Enemy, like fight the power, that kind of
it's
vibe?
gonna be like very specific to what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But but folk wise, I think I probably will get political a little bit, but I think most of it will be about more personal stuff.
You know, I was listening to my Discover Weekly recommended Nina Simone's Power the other day, like a 10-minute song, and I was like driving around being like, I need to do something. Power! I was like, it's like, but that shit got me so riled up. Like the music is so incredible in that way, and it's like we have to be using art. I mean, as comedians, I think we don't. Like I did an improv scene yesterday where I said that George W. Bush was trans. That was like the whole play out, but somebody said that in an opening, which that obviously was its own thing, and that's not political. It's not a statement in any way.
Right.
But it's interesting because you look at that and you look at the.
Well, yeah. How do y'all feel about that? Because I feel like I'm a very political person personally, but I don't usually put it in my work that much. But I do appreciate it when I see other artists do it. Yeah. And now with the times we're in, I do find myself wanting to express that stuff in the work now because it feels like in a way what can I do to help or express something? Yeah. But I do think there's people who just naturally do that. And they're like good at it.
Great at it. Yeah.
What do y'all think? Is that something you like doing, or do you like kind of keep? Because there's also an argument like you just want to entertain and when people are in pain, that's something they can go to and not
Yeah.
get
We've seen
reminded about
that.
that
We've
too.
seen that escapism. I mean, also like I think that sci-fi and fantasy being so big right now, it's no big surprise because somebody's leaving. We're gonna get a spot.
Oh, see,
Oh, look at this.
There you go, Nnamdi.
Looky.
I think it's no big surprise that that's happening because there's so much awful stuff happening in the world that people are like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, your thoughts, Nnamdi, on making like political statements and stuff like that.
Yes, I think that there it is, well, one thing, by existing and being different and being open-minded, that is a statement in and of itself. And expressing the things that you like and doing it in a positive way. Well, doing it in your way is very helpful.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to write on shows that use comedy to inform, and which has been cool and unexpected. It is, and that's very, very rewarding for sure.
Yeah.
It is tricky in certain like improv shows to kind of wedge it in if there's been an initiation, like, hey, I can talk to animals, and then you can't just be like, well, the government ignored Flint, Michigan. You can't just like do a left turn to that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that could be.
It's like, I can talk to animals. Well, don't bother me. I'm trying to get to Flint, Michigan. Get the government. Ignoring us.
I also think there's something interesting about improv that if you try to make a political statement, you're kind of like we're not doing improv in Kansas City or Tuscaloosa. We're not doing improv in these places where like our audience is maybe gonna disagree with that. We're not gonna change a heart or mind. Probably everybody in our like LA theater community probably has the same sensibilities. They might have some biases that like maybe they don't know they're dealing with. That when they come up, all of a sudden they're uncomfortable. Like I think you guys probably in this improv space have dealt with things that I have not dealt with. With like these, even like we had our show the other day, Mommy But Different. So cool. Like fully black cast and then pretty white audience.
Yeah.
And it was such an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
Because it was like they really loved it, but you wrote a show that was like very you and very cool. And it was that's just stuff. It's just not. It's not ignored.
I think that's another form of. I think that's what I like about representation in a way, because a lot of it is like doing something like that. Even though I wrote it from my point of view, it's like the fact that most of the cast was African American was just like, I think, a choice you guys made.
Yeah.
But you didn't
write it like that.
I was pretty neutral, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think what it does is like it makes it almost, if there is a political statement, it's like normalizing how not different we are, or it's so similar.
Exactly.
And then I think as opposed to like, there's other stuff I would write. Like I wrote a movie recently about police brutality, and I'm like, this is very specific to this thing. But I also think like I've been watching this show called Forever on Netflix. It's like a Judy Blume novel, but it's like the whole cast is black. Like the whole show is black. It doesn't ignore race, but what it does is like it makes you relate to it, whether you're black, like whoever you are, because it's just about teenage love. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I like that people could watch the show and see black characters, black people, and it's not the thing. It's not the thing that it's about. Yeah. It's just, this is about a girl who wants to go to who works at a wax museum, and that's and they sing ABBA songs.
Right.
And then that's just something that's just so much culture going, like almost like a mixed jumble of culture. Yeah. The fact that the cast is predominantly black is just kind of like a cherry on top, which I think is like its own form of like unlearning of like how we see each other. But so I think that's a form of it too. But then there's time, like I did when I was during George Floyd, I had like, I just was, I've been dealing with police brutality my whole life. Growing up in Georgia, I would get pulled over a lot and harassment and stuff. And then George Floyd happened, and my instinct was to kind of be like, I really don't want to deal with this because it's too much at this point, and I kind of wanted to ignore it. But then I don't know, like by somehow suppressing that, like 2 years later, I was like, I had this need to talk about it, and then I wrote a whole movie about it. So like sometimes it's just there for my own therapy too. But I do think there's an interesting crossover in like what you're, because especially with improv, we're just like, I think it's hard to be political in improv, but the times that it is, it's because usually you're playing the top of your intelligence. So it's probably coming out because of who you are as a person.
Right.
And because anytime I've seen those moments, it's been like an organic reaction on a stage, and it's been like a political thing, but it's not, it only makes sense to the scene. Like, but no, it's hard to come out and be like, let's talk about, it's like, we didn't plan this at all, but we're going to talk about.
Right. Because that's also it. Yeah. It's like, this is improvised. Anyways.
Okay.
Any final statements from you, Nnamdi? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off. I agree.
Okay.
But also too, I just remembered as you were saying that, I was like, there was also times where, because like we've all mentioned, improv, you're kind of reacting in the moment, and it's hard to pre-plan. When we have had things happen here in the country or in the state, I just remembered, like, when the fires happened, I wanted to like do something, and there wasn't anything I could do on stage at the time immediately in that window. But then I remember just waking up and taking myself to the places where I could physically be there and donate my time and energy in person. And so that wasn't necessarily performing or art per se, but that was me being like, I got to do something.
No, that's a very profound thought. I mean, thinking about that is like, like in essence, the mentality of an improviser, the observing, the reacting, the impulses that we follow, that we've trained, are in essence, in moments that are needed, there's a chance for us to be a lot more eloquent in a moment of chaos. Because we can access those thoughts and access our brain, like, as a way that, or we can, we can at least be more empathetic. We can listen more. Those are skills that definitely help us in a crisis, for sure.
Totally.
So that's really, I've never thought about that before.
Totally.
It's really cool.
Totally.
Okay, we're here. We're at Smorgasburg. Anyways, we're going to go eat a bunch of food, maybe, or not, but we're going to go to see what Smorgasburg is, and we'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
It's like vegan hour.
It's vegan. Oh, shit. What's up, guys? We're back.
What up?
Get your microphone.
We're back. Okay, we're back.
All right. We just had our wonderful day at Smorgasburg. What a blast, guys.
What a time.
That was so fun, Patrick. I wanted to thank you on the microphone so everybody knows. Thank you so much for taking us to that. This is the kind of thing that I would just need in my life.
Me
just
too,
to like get out of my own comfort zone and go downtown and see people, see real LA.
It was really
real
nice. It was so cool because it was, we were just talking about it. There were so many cool vendors. It was also like a PI, Asian American Pacific Islander, like heritage weekend day.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of really cool Asian American and Pacific Islander vendors there.
Yeah.
And so many cool people too. And we ended up sitting next to these really sweet women. There was an older woman that was enjoying her bun.
They were so nice. They were so nice.
They were so nice.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how much we love being around people. I think we're all three people that love. I mean, Lamar, you are somebody that I go out to. I mean, back in your days when you were maybe not. You were a little more single than you are now. You're a little.
Back at when I was in these streets, per
se. In these streets a little bit, to say it gracefully.
I love human beings.
But you'd be the person that I would go with, where you will talk to strangers at bars, and you're so helpful and so good because you're so respectful and you're, of course, a wonderful person.
Right.
And you taught me so well how to like be okay with talking to women or men or whoever, and then they turn away, and you're like, okay, we did it. We tried
I think
it.
that's like
it's so hard to do.
It's very, because I think a lot of times, you know, I'm from Atlanta, so Atlanta is just a social city, and it's not, people aren't as like, when you're out, you're allowed to, people come up to each other and talk to each other.
Yeah.
Just kind of the way it is. And then, but I think a lot of it is just like, I'm scared too, you know, I'm scared to talk to strangers. But I think when I'm out, I like to have experiences. I just want to have an experience. I don't need anything from anybody.
No.
I just want to experience, like, you know, I might meet the bartender, have a good conversation. That's just something that I can take with me.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like, I'm going to go home with this person or whatever. And I think a lot of people, when they get that nervousness of like, if I go talk to this girl and she rejects me, then my life is over. And it's like, you don't need to have anything happen. You could just say hi, you know? That's it.
Just have a nice conversation.
Yeah, because that's all we want to do. That's why we leave the house. We just want to interact with human beings.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more human.
Well, and yeah, we were just talking about Nnamdi. You were bringing up about all the automation of everything, and it's like it's taking away the humanness of our world and being with people, and like
it
breaks my heart because there's so much cool stuff in the world, and it's all going to go away if we just don't. If we focus on that, and it just is so important. If you're hanging out with me and it feels like you're hanging out, I love that. I respect that. You are not hanging out with anybody. You're watching a video.
Yeah,
and we love you.
Yeah. We love you so much. We love you so much.
Go find this with your people.
After get to the end of this video, this podcast, and then go out,
meet some friends, and talk about the thing you saw.
Exactly.
And tell them, and put this on in the background.
Run up these numbers so we can do it again.
It's important, man. I mean, I feel so grateful to have people that I love that I get to go do things with. It's not a given. It's not a given in this world.
It's not. It's a gift. It's a gift.
Patrick, you're like one of my favorite people in this world. I love hanging with you because we're never small talk. Every time we hang out, it's deep talk.
That's what I want, man.
Yeah, I don't do small. I'm HS. If you even knows a HSP, we don't do small talk. That's like the first thing on the test. It's like when you take the test to find out, it says, do you like small talk or do you hate small talk? And I go, yes.
Do you check it? Yes, you would check.
I hate small talk. Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I check. Like there's a bunch of questions, but that's one of the first ones when I took the test.
How do you feel about it?
I
bet you're good at it. I will say, Nnamdi, you were a charmer. You're a charmer through and through. That older woman, she couldn't get enough of you. And I know it, but that's the Texas in you.
Yeah, you guys had that tater tot. You had tater tot love going on.
You guys had tater tot love.
It was like they were gonna do a full what's that movie where they eat the spaghetti and they come together and
oh my god!
The animated movie,
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the
Tramp. Yeah. That's a quick shot.
No disrespect. That's a quick kiss. Why they call it the tramp like that? It's kind of disrespectful.
The dog, I know, Lady and the Tramp.
Should be Lady and the. Oh wait, is the man the tramp?
Yeah.
Because the ladies.
Okay,
so they're.
Yeah. Why would they call the man the lady and the lady and tramp?
Wait, what is that? Why is he called a tramp?
Because he's like a stray.
There's no home.
Man, they disrespecting these puppies.
I know, man. I know. He didn't even know the camera was on him. He was just like trying to live his life as a dog, as an animated dog.
He's like, I'm no tramp. I'm just trying to like survive out here.
He's like, I got a job that starts in June.
He's like, I am unhoused.
Like, let me enjoy this. Yeah, these couple of months of freedom.
Quick shout out to these purple flowers. We got some purple.
Purple flowers.
Are those cherry blossoms? What are those?
I don't know.
They make a mess in my old neighborhood though.
Oh really?
I don't mind it, but it can get kind of crazy.
But wait, I want to go back to small talk because Nnamdi's the charmer. I bet his cheeks have been pinched more than anyone else.
Oh, you got
than
more.
A pie crust.
Oh my gosh,
you got so much charm you can barely stand up.
Cheeks have been pinched more than a pie crust.
That's the most southern thing I've ever heard you say. Hearing you say I wouldn't. I don't know if I say I love small talk. I know I'm good at it.
Yeah,
I know I can chat with anybody.
Yeah.
I did do a sales job for a bit. I worked with a company called Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I believe they're one of our sponsors today. Shout out to Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car in Atlanta is a criminal organization.
Yeah.
Just saying, involved in every RICO case. Just saying.
I will.
That's a very Atlanta specific thing.
Is it people using enterprises to do quick jobs? Yeah.
And again, as our sponsors, please don't be offended by it.
It's more the more you can do with it.
Exactly. It's the personal flair.
Yeah.
You're getting a enterprise rent a car in Atlanta. Maybe for a different reason than you would in Spokane, Washington.
Exactly. That's all. That's all we're saying.
That's all it is.
Yeah. But anyway, I hated that job. And I
we are shitting on it right now.
We are. They don't watch this. Do they watch this?
No,
if you guys are watching,
Yeah.
hi guys. Hope you're having a great day. But
if you're at an enterprise, sound off in the comments if you're bored at work.
Yeah.
Sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments. Tell us what the deals are.
You could sponsor this though.
How
it would
much
be a
is
good
it?
sponsor. We would rent a car. And
How much is it? Oh, I could do that.
Are we blowing it
Yeah.
right now? Cut this out. This won't make it. This won't make the final. Or it probably will.
All I'm asking, if you're at an enterprise, tell me how much a Tacoma would be to rent today. That's all I want to know.
A Toyota Tacoma?
A Toyota Tacoma, yes.
Today on a Sunday. Well, they close Sunday.
Okay. What do you think?
Toyota Tacoma will probably cost you $59 a day.
Wow, and a Tacoma just drove by us.
That's wow. Can you guys get that? You guys see that?
You guys see that?
If you go back, you'll see
and
it.
there's a cowboy on it.
No.
Okay, so sales at enterprise. So
Sales at enterprise. I got to talk to people a lot, and you have to kind of. I don't like selling people stuff. I don't like selling you something you don't. I can tell you don't need, especially people will come in. If you're coming in for a rental car, a lot of the times it'll be for insurance purposes because you're in an accident or you don't have a car of your own for whatever reason, and you're not trying to spend extra money. At Enterprise, the whole thing was like you have to sell people up into buying extra insurance and getting things they don't need, and I'm just like, I offer it as an option. If you want to get it, if not, have a nice day.
Yeah, totally.
But I moved up in the rankings at that company because I was good at chatting with people and building relationships.
I believe it. I bet we all have been jobs where we're kind of not necessarily the most. Oh, ambulance coming.
Ambulance coming. Hold for ambulance.
Yeah, everybody
We're
relax.
gonna hold for ambulance. Everybody relax.
We need an ambulance to follow.
I know.
I'm an ambulance chaser, Nightcrawler.
I remember that movie.
We've probably all been in jobs where it's like we're not the best, but everyone loves us there. I was in jobs like that.
Yeah.
It's like maybe I wasn't great at what I was doing, but man, you really
You had a time.
I was making jokes. I would always be like, we're doing tie-dye Friday. I would always make like pep rally style stuff at this PA job. I was like, we're all dressing like this person today. Everyone come and dress like Kathy or whatever it is.
No way.
You're a hoot.
I
was the worst. I worked at JCPenney's. I could not fold for shit. I couldn't fold these fucking shirts. Man, it was crazy. But I was a good time though. I know that. They were loving me. But they would get so mad. Like, who folded these? There was this lady named Miss Powell. She was like this older woman who was a store manager, and she was a real stickler. And then she'd come around and she'd be like, who folded these classic rock tees? And I'd be like, that was me, ma'am. And he's like, Lamar, I need you to do this over again.
No way.
Yeah, but it's okay. I learned a lot,
What's the folding method?
So they have a table, which is something everyone should get one of these. It's like this folding table. If you put the shirt on there, you can use it to help you.
Oh, cool.
So there's like a very specific type fold.
It's a little table.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a little table, but it folds.
Cute little table. You put it in your pocket.
And despite that, you were doing it wrong.
I gotta say, we went to Smorgasburg and had barbecue, and it was a big mistake, because now I'm in this car and I have to take a shit.
Yeah, I know.
But
Lamar's
I will say it was so funny. So
we can pull over somewhere if you need to.
No, we're good right now. Okay. But I just want everyone to know where I stand right now.
Okay, great.
Like, this is a normal hangout. This is what I would say to you normally.
We got barbecue at Solito's Barbecue, and we got a cinnamon roll at All About the Cinnamon.
Yeah, which was very hip hop themed. They had a Tupac one, and they had a. Do you remember the flavors? I remember Pharrell's would have banana cream on it.
We got the Missy Elliott, which had strawberries on it.
I just want to say I'm just getting the name.
All About the Cinnamon.
All About the Cinnamon. It's based off of that. That's by an artist we can't talk about.
Oh.
Wait, artist. Oh, because of that guy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the artist. All About the Benjamins, baby. That's on. Oh well, I guess we can talk because it's Puff Daddy at the time. So
yes,
it wasn't.
Yes, we can talk about
Puff Daddy. We can't talk about.
I did not make that connection. I just they're really into cinnamon.
Dude, what date is this? This is like mid-May. The stuff that's coming out about this Diddy trial is so crazy.
Woof.
It is crazy. I promised myself I would not talk about it on this podcast.
Okay, I'll talk about it. So how it started? No, we can't.
But anyway, back to like people, human connections.
Yes.
So like I That's a crazy transition. Okay, so here's what's interesting. So I ate a barbecue. I got barbecue on my face and shit, and then it's a smorgasbord, you know.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
then you just go straight. You're gonna get on the 110 north.
Great.
And here's the thing I like doing in the bathroom now. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when I go to public bathrooms, I like to wash my face now.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
something that I didn't do when I was a kid. You know, you just wash your hands and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
But now, like, I just need a refresher. It helps me with anxiety too. Put cold water on my face. So I go in the bathroom, and the guy comes out next to me. We're both washing our hands, and he's just staring at me. And I'm like, I'm throwing water on my face, watching it, and this guy's staring at me while doing it. And I'm like, what is he freaked out by the fact that I'm washing my face? And then he starts washing his face.
Okay.
And then he started doing it. And we both were like, just like doing a full wash up in there. And we were both cleaning ourselves. It was like so, like, and then we started cleaning each other. But it's just like, it's like he saw it and he empathized with it. He didn't judge it. And he was like, I want to do that.
Well,
I need that right now.
You know what you did? And the way I relate to that is when I go out to a meal with somebody and they go like, I'm going to get the pancakes. And you go, you know what? I'm going to get the pancakes too. It's like, oh, I didn't know if this was socially acceptable, but currently in this world, the only other person that would judge me is doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's like,
beautiful.
Because there's these things, these like social things where you go, am I supposed to be doing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're like, hey, what if we all just like...
We got to do what we want, folks.
We got to.
Life. Are you kidding me?
We only get one of these things. No. Live it, please.
I'm not
live
so
it.
worried about shit like that.
Take the chance.
That sounds nice, Lamar. Would you think of maybe bringing a nice, like a Lalabo little travel soap that you could have with you?
I would love that. That sounds like great. Like a little face soap
like
that I can
like... A little pocket soap.
Shout out to Alicia Keys face cream. And she sponsored my little face glow up I'm doing.
Oh, that's awesome. Alicia Keys is doing
it's called Keys for Good Skin.
That's what it's called?
I don't know.
Keys for Good Skin?
No, but I can get like, if she does like a little pouch kind, take that to the bathroom, wash my face. I love that shit, man.
I love that idea.
Yeah, but it was a really great time. It was a lot of shit going on out there, though. I gotta say, it was too many people. I actually didn't have a good time. I did like it.
It was overstimulating.
It was a lot, yeah.
We can say that for sure. There's a story years and years ago, our dear friends, Ego and Carl, I was doing a show with them, and I wrote it, and I was in the room as the director was giving me notes. Brad Evans, also buddy, homie, shout out Brad Evans.
Shout out Brad. What up, Brad? What up?
And they were like doing some bit and like going back and forth and like clowning around. This was like 2015, and it was in a really vacuous room, like an echoey room. Mm-hmm. And I stopped and I said, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm overstimulated. And they both looked at me and they're like, you're overstimulated. And so I say that all the time now.
Yeah, no, it's like the perfect way to express what I'm feeling. I didn't know there was a word for it.
Yeah.
Because I always thought overstimulated was sexual or something. It's like, oh, I'm overstimulated, like that scene in American Pie when he got overstimulated.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't realize overstimulated is like, it's a thing that like a sensory thing. I feel like, you ever be like, you just like your social battery runs out. You're just I'm running out of, I don't have anything left to give. I gotta get out of here. But I love, so it's like I get regenerized, but then I run out of time, run out of it.
I know.
Yeah. I just need to go home for a little bit, then come back out.
Yeah, like I like having control over the social interactions I have during the day. So like if I was gonna hang with friends, I'd rather be at their house so I can show up, be around it as long as I need, and then get out of there.
Yeah.
Rather than it all be at my house and then I'm like,
you gotta kick them out.
Yeah, I gotta kick them out, or like kind of sit in it longer than I would like to.
Yeah. Are you guys both pretty good at being like, I'm gonna go home?
You know what?
I'm not good at that.
I'm not good at that. I have way too much. I like people pleasing. Like,
yes, like it's guilt kind of thing.
Forever, yeah.
yeah. I for the longest time, it wasn't until recently where I crossed a milestone for myself, and I now I can just walk away. I don't even say goodbye.
Wow.
I just leave.
Really? See, I don't like that. I think you should say bye.
No,
that's too far in.
I dip. I'm like, I'm out.
Wow.
I just go.
I'd be like, my thing is like, because I'm like, I don't like saying goodbye, or I don't like leaving, or what am I trying to say? I feel bad about leaving.
Yeah.
Hang out. I feel like I never make anyone feel bad. If anyone is with me and they're hanging out and they're saying, I want to go home, I'd always go, be well, get home safe.
Yeah.
You ain't going to hear no, oh, man, where you going?
I've
none of
gotten
that.
I've gotten that so many times.
That is crazy.
I stay longer than I
Yeah.
need to. So now that's why I dip.
And then you're in
"This is
pain the
on
next
you,
day."
Dude. Yeah. You're like, why did I even do this?
Yeah.
I also, when I stopped drinking, that was the big thing for me, where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just out here drinking a fucking Diet Coke at 11 o'clock at night. I gotta go home. What are we doing
Yeah.
here? I'm not gaining anything from this.
I like being home too. I mean, I like
Yeah.
watching TV.
Home is
I
great.
recently moved somewhere where I'm so happy to be home now, and
That's
it's
great.
a newer feeling for me.
That's
where I,
great.
have a couch. Yesterday, I had a
Yeah.
rule. I've been so tired. I kind of overexerted myself over the past week, and I had a rule that I wouldn't leave my couch till 4 p.m. yesterday.
Really?
Wow.
It was
Was
really
that hard? Yeah.
And I did leave to get food, but I came back and I went back to my couch.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
Because
What
I
kind
don't
of food
believe
did
I
you
don't
get?
believe in Postmates.
Me either. I do
Yeah.
not do that.
I will not spend money on Postmates because I can go get the food.
But you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? When you go get it, all these Postmates people are there jumping in front of you.
They do. They
And I'm
get
like,
to
what the
front.
fuck? Yo,
They
I
get to the
go
front.
out my way to come
I know.
here,
They
and
get to
then
the
everybody, and then the people at the counter is treating them like they're VIP over here. That shit is whack, yo.
I know,
I'm tired
I
of
know.
it.
But
But
it's
but
hard,
also,
yeah.
on the flip side, I like to party, so I'm usually not
Yeah.
trying to go home. I also, but I do know I'm getting older, and I think I'm having a hard time recovering. So
Oh.
I
Sure.
think that I'm gonna have to just start leaving.
You
I'm gonna have to go home
gotta go
and go
home.
to sleep.
Just
But like you know, you just don't recover the same. The shit
No,
is
you
whack,
don't.
yo.
You don't. You don't.
But man, oh man, are we gonna turn up this weekend? Can't tell you why, but they know.
Okay, it is going to be a
Uh-oh.
good time this weekend.
Can't
Yeah.
wait. Can't wait.
But
It's
you
gonna be a
know,
good
we
time this
gotta.
weekend.
But I do think.
Carl's having or not Carl. Yeah, no, it's Carl. Carl's coming back in town. He's having a bar mitzvah.
Oh
That's what I
yeah.
was going to say. We're going to Carl Tart's bar mitzvah.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I can't wait for Carl to get back. Shit's gonna be lit, man.
It'll be
The
fun.
I think this summer is gonna be a good time. I know a lot of pain out there, but
Yeah.
we gotta also fight for our lives
Can
too.
we just prepare for a good summer? Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Like
I-
hags, have a great summer.
Yeah.
Let's do it for real.
I think
Oh, that's good.
we let the evil people win if we are miserable. I really believe that.
That's what
Yes.
they want. They want us
They
to
want
go.
us
They want
to-
to stay
yes.
inside,
Be
scared.
miserable, be scared.
They literally want to
Yeah.
strip us of our ability to be outside.
Yeah.
Like, and
But-
I don't want that.
It's not going to happen. It's
No.
not going to happen. Do you guys
No.
have any big summer goals? Are you guys going traveling?
I just got to point something out. The hags, he said.
Yes, hags.
I never heard that before.
All right.
You never heard that?
Did you go to high school? Where'd you go to high school?
Texas.
In Texas.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Nobody
I-
said
that was
hags to
big.
me.
That was big in
Did they write
on a
it in your yearbook? It was big in my yearbook.
Big in the yearbook times.
I don't know. I don't.
You should check. Do you
Yeah,
have any?
check your yearbook.
do you have any high school yearbooks? Wait,
Wait,
which high school
I
did
bet
you
you
go
look
to?
exactly the same.
Dallas High School in Houston.
You went to Dulles.
I can picture. Oh, Dulles, like Dulles Airport.
Yeah. Thank you for getting it. Usually people are like, Dallas? Like the
Nah.
city?
Nah,
No.
son. Yeah, I know
Dulles.
my Texas politics.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yo, I love Texas. I love the fact that we're all from the South up in here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love
It's a good
that.
Southern day, right?
dirty,
That's how you know, and that's why we're all good at small talk, by the way, and that's why we're all people pleasers, and that's why we all are charmers.
Yeah.
To survive, you gotta be.
You know, this reminded me. Speaking of charmers, one time an old woman pulled over on the side of the road, and she said, "Hey," she was clearly had been crying. She's like, "I'm looking for Forest Lawn." I was walking around Burbank, looking for Forest Lawn Cemetery. My dad, it's his funeral today, and I'm going to be late. And where am I going? And I was
Wow.
trying to explain it, and she was like, "Wait, where? What?" She couldn't hear anything. She was in distress. I was like, "Can I just get in your car and
What?
direct you?" And she was like,
Wow.
"Sure." So I got in your car.
You did.
That's amazing.
And I
That
guided
is
her,
so
and I got
Southern.
out, and then I told like our buddies like Payam and Carl,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Hey, don't do that again."
Nah, that's the kind of shit that's some Southern hospitality
Yeah.
shit. But
Yeah.
I've done stuff like that out here,
Yeah.
and it has worked against. I've been,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
gotten in trouble doing that. But yeah, hey, can I hop in your car real quick? I'll show you where to go. Yo, let me in your car. I'll take you there. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you asked the question, Patty. I
Yes.
can't remember. What was
The
it?
summer.
Oh, for
Plans
the summer. So, man, for the summer, man, I really want to. I want to go to the beach. I want to be by the ocean a lot.
Absolutely.
I want to be by the water. I love that. I love the water.
Wow.
That's
You've been
what
to
I wanna do.
Catalina?
Wow.
Oh, is that the Catalina
The
Islands?
island, yeah.
Oh, is that like where is
It's like
that?
an
Off the
hour
off
away.
Long
It's
Beach?
off Long Beach. We should go to Catalina.
Let's do
for a
that.
day.
I want to do that.
It's so fun. It's like a 40-minute ferry ride. It's pretty cheap.
Let me
you
ask
go
you
out
this.
there for the day, you have fun, you walk around, you look at all the stuff, and you go
Is there
home.
loose animals out there?
No.
Loose animals?
There, you know what? Here, in one section, there are wild bison. But you
What?
don't see...
No.
Like buffalo wings?
Yes.
Like buffalo wings?
Like buffalo wings.
Like the guy in that commercial.
Yes,
every
like
time.
those. Yeah, like at the Buffalo Wild Wings commercial.
Really?
But no, it's so there was a film that was being shot out there, and they brought out some buffalo, and then they didn't bring them back, so the buffalo population just lives on one side of the
that's
island.
real.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes me want to go.
I know,
But I am a
haven't seen
little
them yet.
like I have a little like trauma. This is, you know, and people are gonna make fun of me for this, but I don't care. I was afraid. But I went on a hike, you know, and I saw a coyote. I see coyotes all the time.
Sure.
They don't bother me. They don't really hurt humans. But for some reason, this one just started coming at me.
No.
And I was like, so I'm
No.
walking, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm trying to, you know, and they say don't run or whatever. So I see it, and then I just stop. I just kind of stop. You know how when you make eye contact and they just stare at your ass.
Yeah.
And he's like staring at me, and I was like, look, ain't no problems here. Ain't no problems, coyote. I'm just trying to do a little hike, get my exercise on. And I start backing up, and I turn around, walk away. I'm thinking I'm good. I turn around, this motherfucker's right behind me.
No
yo. And then
way,
he's like,
dude.
and I'm
No.
like, oh man, this nigga about to eat me, yo.
No.
And then,
No.
and then so I'm like, all right. Right at this
No.
moment, he's not threatening, but it's
Yeah.
just following me. So
Yeah.
now I'm just kind of walking slow while this thing is following me,
No.
and it's just like a wild animal.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I get it could be worse. It could have been something else, but it's still a
No,
wild ass
I don't-
animal.
I honestly
don't like
think that's
that.
because of you're a highly sensitive person.
You
I
think he was
like,
attracted to
Tony,
that?
yeah, I think he was like, this person is really interesting. to me."
He's like, I really want to not have small talk with him,
Yeah, I want to get deep.
and
That's crazy,
That
man.
is a crazy
it was
story,
fucking
dude.
scary. And then I walk. These two girls are walking, they're on their hike, and I'm like, do y'all see this coyote behind me? And they're like, what coyote? And I turn around and it ran up the driveway. So I'm like, oh, phew, thank God. So then I start finishing my hike like normal. And then I turn around and the coyote's back. Then.
What?
Yeah. And then I know we're not supposed to run, but I started running.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get the fuck out of here, yo. Because I was just like, man, I don't know what the hell's going on. If it got my scent or something. So I just jetted out of there. And then I don't know what. I just
And it's
ran
gone.
all the way home.
I have a surprise for you. Bring it
I'll tell you, I'm like legit kind
What
of
if I
like,
did this?
it's going to take at least a couple weeks for me to go hiking. I'm like kind of traumatized.
That's crazy.
It's just weird when you just
so
see it because
funny.
you're like,
Yeah.
there ain't nobody. It's not like a dog you see, and they got like owner. It's just some animal that's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with you right now.
And especially when it's doing that damn Acme Wile E. Coyote trick where
yeah. when it
the-
draws a tunnel and then I almost ran into that thing.
Yeah,
He's
you
just a
gotta
brick
kill
wall.
like
that. I don't
There's
like
he's
that.
holding an info above
I
your
don't
head.
like that.
I
I
hate
don't
when
like
coyotes
that.
do that.
They wildy, man. Yo, but this dude is wild.
You know,
Yeah.
when you said that thing about the buffalo,
Yes.
like just being dropped off there and then multiplying, did y'all ever hear about that thing in that movie from the late '70s in California with the lions, where
Oh, Roar?
Roar?
Yes. I owned this movie for a period
You
of time. I don't know
did?
what it is, but I love
No,
this
I don't
movie.
know
Have you
this
seen
movie.
it?
I haven't seen it. I just saw that documentary of like when these people were like making a movie with real lions.
It's Tippi
They-
Hedren. Melanie Griffiths is in this movie as a little girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do any. They didn't follow any safety precautions at all. And everyone kept getting bit and eaten and killed by the stuff, and they kept going.
I think like 77 people got injured and
Yeah.
8 people got killed.
Yeah.
Like it was like this. And
Really?
they shot it over 11 years.
And the
it's
lions
just
kept getting out.
real lions. Yeah, like Melanie
This is
Griffiths had her
crazy.
skull cracked open because an elephant threw her across the fucking thing.
Melanie Griffin, that happened to her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Melanie.
Take a left here. You're right,
Take a left
Melvin.
here?
Yeah, take a left here. I know it's saying straight, but it's gonna run us into trouble.
Okay.
Oh, you live on Harrow Way?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah, man.
Harold?
Yo.
Hey, delete my. Don't tell everyone my business. Get up.
Yeah, you can say that.
Now
Oh,
everyone
my
knows.
bad. Oh, shit, my bad.
No, it's okay. Just kidding. Just
We'll
kidding.
cut that.
But here's my
That's what I
social.
complete. But it's like a real hang.
Yeah.
I literally forgot about that.
Take it right. Take it right here.
I kind of want to get some of that fruit too.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh, Lamar.
I
let's
feel like
get
I'm
this
still in
guy.
Smorgasburg mode.
He's
Yeah,
still-
you're still in Smorgasburg mode. I
You
know
might-
that food looks good. Do
Hey.
you guys buy fruit from
I
Fruit
don't,
Vendor?
but my girl did, and then I never. And I was like the best fruit I ever had.
Wow.
I was like, oh my god, I've been sleeping on these fruit stands.
I know.
Wow.
But
No,
I gotta
that's-
say, man, yeah. Let's do some trips this summer.
Let's
Let's
do it.
do. anything up and down the coast, I'm trying to get down.
Okay, let's do
But
it.
I got a lot of weddings this summer.
You do? Like
Yeah,
traveling out of state for them?
Most of them are here though, so that's good.
Okay.
You got
that's
some
good.
summer plans, Nnamdi?
No, I mean non-work related.
Yeah,
I feel like I travel for like work stuff.
Yeah.
Like going to do shows and stuff
right,
like that.
right. What cities are you going to be in this summer?
Chicago, Denver.
Ooh.
Where else? I don't know.
Okay, great.
I think there's those two places.
Check out his Instagram.
Chicago, Denver. Chicago. Those two,
Chicago and
two
Denver,
great
that's
American
it.
cities.
That's it.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I'll be back and
I
forth.
love both. I love Denver a lot. It's actually
Denver's
really nice
great.
fun.
Denver's
fun
a great
place.
spot.
That's speaking of animals, I saw a big ass moose in Denver.
Really?
You did?
Yeah, she was crazy.
Wow.
Aren't
Them things are
those
big.
things huge?
Yeah,
they're really big.
huge.
I saw
yeah.
moose ones too. They're really scary too. They're scarier than like
Yeah.
coyotes. I'd be more scared of a moose than a coyote.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Except for the coyote that was chasing me. That
Yeah,
was
that was scary.
Yeah.
We are gonna go, Lamar, Nnamdi. Thank you for coming into my
man.
car today.
Oh
Thank
man.
you, Patty. Thank you, Nnamdi.
Thank you.
Can we
Thank you.
promote our show? Me
Yeah,
and
talk
Nnamdi
about
show?
it.
Yeah.
Tell us what we should know about.
So I don't know when this is coming out, but we are doing. Me and Nnamdi have an improv show called Marmar and Nnamdi Present Friendship on June 19th, Juneteenth, at UCB Theater at 7 p.m. So if you want to see us, we're gonna play and we're gonna get down. It's gonna be a bunch of funny people. Like Carl's gonna play. We haven't solidified the lineup yet, but it's gonna be good.
A little bit.
Pull up for that. And then can I tell you, everybody? Can I promote two other things real
Yeah.
quick? I want to promote my album that we talked about, Highly Sensitive Person, Lamar Woods. Just look up Lamar Woods, Spotify, all that. And then follow me on Instagram, PROPHMATIC.
That's right.
I love it.
What about you, Nnamdi? You got a lot of crazy stuff coming out. You have the
Oh my
funniest videos
gosh.
in the world. We didn't even talk about them today.
Oh my gosh.
funny what
That's
you
so
do.
nice. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, for those videos, you can just see them right here.
Oh, great. So now I got work to do.
You got you got to put it in post
Thanks,
because I
Nnamdi.
ain't gonna do
We're
it.
gonna cut to it.
And we're gonna.
Please don't add these.
I don't
yeah.
know what else do I plug for. I mean, there's a show called Tab Time that I write for. That's online. You can watch with Tabitha Brown as the host. You can also check out Severance, the show Severance on Apple TV. I have nothing to do with it. I think it's just a really awesome,
Good show.
awesome show. It's a really great,
out
well done
Severance.
show. Check it out, and you can
Wow.
get to it right here.
I'm not putting Severance into my podcast,
There it
Nnamdi.
is.
No
Follow the
shit.
link to get the Severance.
Oh, God. Now I have to get the interfaces correct.
Just call
I have
Apple.
to
It's
get
fine.
Apple and YouTube to cooperate to make this episode work.
Exactly.
Well, fellas, thank you so much for joining me. What a wonderful
Thank you.
day.
Thank you.
Um,
It's such a blast.
See you guys soon. Go have a day yourself.
Have a day. Have a day.
Bye.